Alright, so we're at the West Vancouver Yacht Club here, checking out all the beautiful boats. It's an absolutely gorgeous day, and we'll have a look at some of these yachts I wish I owned, and watch the kids come in from sailing. So today is day 2, so they may have learned turtle and capsize today, which is where they flip the boat over and try and bring it back up. So they may have gotten their feet wet. Yesterday they stayed dry all day. Today they may have gotten a little bit more in the water. To Joe over at Bardero, Joe and Eric over at Bardero, if you're watching this, what do you think of this marina? This is just a little one. Probably has 200 slips in it. And some big boys here. We got some fairly large motor yachts. Some paddle boards. We'll see if we can catch the kids coming in off the water. Guys here are learning how to ride a capsized boat if the boat turns upside down. And our kids should be coming in fairly soon. This is kind of a neat little island there. So these are private residences, and they got their own little private docks there. So yeah, one day if we get a better angle over here. That one is just a little island over there. Looks like it has a single private residence on it, a couple boats parked out front. So yeah, nice lifestyle out here. Absolutely beautiful. Nice area to live. Bit rainy. Other than that, we're protected by the islands out this way, so we don't really get any ocean waves, even though this is seawater. Should be our guys now. Being tailed in by the motorboat for safety.
I want to do it.
Like,
Do you want me to be
for sails anyway. Sailing under their own power. That's good. Alright, finally we get our guys here. We were a bit confused with the other group, but it appears everybody's in today. I see 3 so far. The instructor's shouting out instructions. I guess the rest of them are out, still on the water. Now normally when they're out on the water, they sail under wind power, but when they're just learning for the first time and they come into the dock area, because the space is kind of tight and there are boats moving around, they get towed in. And it looks like a few more out here. Alright, so now the boats are in. Next step is to de-rig, so they've got to take all the sails off and get the boat ready for storage or use tomorrow. Alright, so we got group number 2 coming in to de-rig as well. So they're going to pull the boats up.
You guys want to start de-rigging those boats?
That's right, they're going to take all these sails off. That's quite the job. We don't want to leave the sails up on the boat. We're going to fold them all up, roll them all up nicely, and get them ready for tomorrow. Alright, so we got our second group coming in. I'm going to get their boats all de-rigged, pulled up onto the dock, because we don't store the boats in the water. We bring them up on land. Everybody's smiling, so it looks like a good day. Alright, getting some exercise. Watch out where you walk now.
Good?
Alright, so their boat's all done. We're waiting on this one. So they're a bit behind. They came in on the second crew.
Quickly. I'm trying with it.
But they're getting lots of good exercise. I don't know, some of the girls seem a bit overdressed. I suppose they're out on the water, so it's a bit cooler. Still learning how to take down the sails. Alright, well, they got the sail down. A few water guns floating around. Looks like they had a good day.
I was too hot. I had to out.
Nice work. Nice work, guys. Finds herself sleepy. She's a sleepy girl. Alright, the girls are camera shy, but getting stronger carrying heavy sails. This is the last step, rolling up the sails. There's a very specific way to do it. So they fit in these little blue bags over there, and everything stays protected. Alright, so we're at Dairy Queen for our post-sailing snack. We've got chocolate dip cones and blizzard treats, vanilla sundaes. We're waiting on traditional Canadian treat of poutine. Our delicious poutine has arrived, which is French fries with cheese curds and gravy. What do you guys think? Have you tried it? It's good? Yeah? A little salty, but pretty decent. Oh, delicious. It's a bit late at night. Got my super cool hat on. Michelle and Stacy are trying to sleep upstairs. But I've got Mr. Lex Kim from Dong coming in on Thursday. And so I want my car to look nice for him. So I'm doing a little bit of automotive detailing. So the first thing I've got here is a clay bar. And the clay is, well, it's clay. And some automotive detailing spray. So what I basically do here, if you can see all right, is I spray down the car because we want it well lubricated, and I take my clay bar and I rub it on the paint like so. And what this does is it digs down, it takes out any minor imperfections, I suppose, in terms of like little dirt that's stuck on the car. You know, better than washing anyway, because the clay is really sticky. And so the sticky clay will pick up a lot of that tar and built up dirt. So, we'll get right down into it. We'll just readjust the camera here. Yeah, that's better. Easier to hold. I should have brought the selfie stick, but didn't. I always get weird looks when I use the selfie stick, so I'm trying to just kind of point the camera at myself, which I suppose isn't much better. Alright. So we'll get in there, clay bar this stuff until it feels really smooth. Yeah. And when it's all smooth, I'm going to stick this on top of my detailing spray bottle like so. Reason being, if you drop that on the ground, you can't use it anymore because it's full of little rocks and other nasties, and if you rub that on your paint, you're going to scratch it. So I take my nice Costco brand microfiber cloth here and then just buff it out. So this is after a wash. So first wash the car, and then clay bar the car, and then tomorrow, if I remember, I will video waxing the car. I've got this cool new tool for doing wax, so I'm excited to try it out. So we just buff out all that detailing spray. Now all this stuff, all this black stuff, and then the headlights down here, that all needs to be cleaned separately. But first, I'm going to do the paint. And then when I'm done with that, we'll do the trim and all the metal and all the other stuff that goes along with making the car all shiny. So hopefully it'll look really good. Alright, so now we're working on the tires because the wax won't hit those tomorrow. So might as well get them done. So we're polishing up the rims. A little bit of tire polish. So I'll work on these surfaces first. Get inside the housing for the nuts there. And it's around here like so. Polishing all of the crevices here. And then once that's done, we'll put some black gloss tire polish on those. That look good. Okay, so we've balanced the camera up on a box here, so hopefully this works. So the last step for the tires is going to be this Meguiar's tire gel. Lots of different options for tires. I like this one because it goes on wet and it kind of looks like it stays wet. So I'll put a little bit on the little applicator. And rub that into the tire. If I want it really shiny, I'll do it twice. And these are these low profile 22-inch tires. So it's important that they look good because they are expensive. I'll get inside the little rim there. Yeah. And right up onto the beginning of the treads. I don't want to get too high up because I'm going to catch all that gravel that's stuck to the tire there. And there you go. I don't know if you can see, but it's a pretty spiffy looking tire. It'll look the same tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned. And we'll get the wax all done. We'll get all this metal trim polished up and the black stuff all polished up. It'll look really good, like new. So now I'm going to run a little metal polish. This is the same kind of stuff you polish your silver with over the little metal bits and chromed out bits. And then when that comes off, it should be nice and shiny. So let's have a look. Looks good. Okay, so now that we've got some daylight, I have applied wax to the car. We're just letting it dry now. It's a little synthetic polymer liquid wax. And I've got this nifty tool here, which attaches to a drill and buffs the wax off. So I haven't tried this one yet, but we'll give it a shot. And as you can see, tires look pretty good from yesterday. Let's see here. Yeah, so that wet gloss shine that we put on them yesterday still actually looks pretty wet. So cool, let's shine it up and see how she looks in the sunlight.